All aboard those with an imagination. You have arrived to the imagination station. How's everybody feeling today? How's everybody doing today? 3 games. Today I will be talking to you about 3 games that I feel like need to be revived or resurrected or given a huge content update so that they can once again become relevant again here in the middle of June 2025 and maybe go into 2026 being one of the best comeback games of the year. Join me today as we talk these 3 games, and you may not agree with everyone on this list, but I guarantee you there will be one game on this list that you're gonna say, yeah, they should have revived that game. Yeah, that game needs a massive content update. So join me as we talk about it in today's video. Diving right into game number 1, we have Godfall, which built hype as a looter slasher RPG, and it released as a PS5 launch title in 2020. Now, Godfall started off as an amazing game, and it was kind of headlined as quote-unquote the first next-gen console game, but it didn't really live up to first game hype, if you will. The multiplayer was wonky and kind of trash. It didn't have crossplay with PC or Xbox, so it kind of left the gamers limited to how far they could go out and play. And to top it all off, the game was $70 as the first next-gen console, going from $60 PS4 games to $70 PS5 and next-gen games, which was kind of insane for a game that really didn't live up to the hype. So I feel like that's one of the reasons, if not the main reason, that Godfall fell off and a lot of people in its fan base went away from it. I really feel like this game needs to be revived in 2025, early 2026, because if it was, it could really take over the gaming market. All they need to do is just add better multiplayer, add some cross-play features, add more in-depth like looter systems, make it that we can get more weapons, more armor, more valor plates that we can use, add a like dope backstory to each one so that the game feels more lore-based and we can have more content to just kind of thrive with. And if you make it free to play, like if they don't even want to go with the Godfall that they have now, they could literally scratch the entire game and release a new free to play Godfall, kind of like how Diablo Immortal did. Even though they have Diablo 4, you can go and do like a free to play Godfall that gets seasonal updates, weekly updates. They constantly add new armor, constantly add new weapons. All of these are things that could really place Godfall where it should have been when it first released as a PS5 launch title back in 2020. Game number 2 that I feel like really needs a revival here in 2025 and early 2026 is Outriders. Outriders dropped in 2021, and it is a brutal, fast-paced looter shooter that mixes RPG, depth, and bullet hell chaos. Outriders is an amazing game, and I still play it to this day, and I still see people on it to this day. But it's just that factor of what could have been. Outriders came out in 2021 as an amazing game, and I played it and enjoyed it when it first came out. But after 2, 3, and even 4 years went along, it just really wasn't the same game anymore. It wasn't hitting on the same level and wavelength anymore. And I feel like what Outriders really needs to make a revival and a comeback here in 2025, early 2026, is it needs a lot of multiplayer functionality. The multiplayer is really boring. It's only held to 3 people per lobby, and it gets kind of like repetitive, going over and over, fighting the same boss, doing the same in-game content. It just needs a massive overhaul that brings forth new guns, new content, new characters, new everything. And I truly do believe that once Outriders gets this massive update, this massive overhaul, it really will become one of the most amazing games in 2025, or revived games in 2025, that we as gamers have ever seen. And last but certainly not least on the list by any means, the OG king of looter shooters, the game that we have at 3 is Borderlands. Borderlands is already set to make a return, with Borderlands 4 dropping September 2025. But here's the thing, the franchise deserves a true revival, not just another sequel. Borderlands 3 brought fast gunplay, diverse skill trees, and loads of mayhem, but it lacked the magic and soul of Borderlands 2. And then Tiny Tina's was okay, and they tried to revive it from Borderlands 3, but it still just didn't hit how fans wanted. We need that true Borderlands game, that true crossplay between different platforms. We need everything that Borderlands has to offer us as gamers. From humor to gameplay to loot to adult jokes, everything that makes Borderlands the game that it is, we want that in Borderlands 4. And I feel like it needs to be more PvE oriented rather than PvP or story driven. Don't get me wrong, the story has always been amazing in Borderlands, the humor has always been amazing, the gameplay and the fight has always been amazing, and even the art style itself, amazing. But I just always felt like Borderlands is missing that, you know, random gameplay where you can just go into a world or into a level or planet, or however they're gonna do it in Borderlands 4, and you can just play with a random person that you don't know that isn't on your friend list, and you can still have fun grinding loot, getting new objectives completed, completing side missions, hearing the humor, and making new friends. I really just feel like Borderlands lost that random lobby effect where you can just go in a lobby and play with friends and make new friends, or go in with your already friends and y'all make a new friend or two, and everyone's just enjoying the Borderlands content and the humor and the gameplay and the loot. I feel like if Borderlands 4 can nail that PvE, that lobby aspect, along with all the other wonderful and beautiful things that come with Borderlands that we already know from 1 all the way up to Tiny Tina's, then it would make an amazing Borderlands game, and they wouldn't even have to drop another one. They could literally apply seasonal updates. I know not a lot of people really care for the season pass aspect of games like in Call of Duty where it's pay to win, but I don't feel like they need to do that. I feel like they can add something where we can get free content, free loot, free skins, free like uncensored jokes, anything that they can think of that's free and makes the game fun, and it's just a one-time purchase when we buy the base game or the best edition with the DLCs or whatever, because every game is going to come with its DLC. But that's just my opinion on 3 games that I think need to be revived in 2025, early 2026. The 3 games that made the list were Outriders, Godfall, and Borderlands, with soon to Borderlands 4 to come into the mix, which we will be talking about once it drops in September. That is going to be it for me. If you have any games that you feel like need to be revived or resurrected in 2025 going early into 2026, be sure to comment the game down below. I may know the game and we can spark up a conversation. If you like anime content, faith-based content, or gaming content, or all 3 of them mixed into one video, then this is the place for you here at Imagination Station. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I know that you guys love videos like this. Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's video. I hope each and every single one of you guys enjoyed. I hope you keep using your imagination, and I hope I see each and every single one of you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below so that we can talk more video games, more anime, and more faith-filled content in the next video. Peace, everybody.